16-year-old kid driving on a very top speed in one of the most expensive locations in Ghana, running into another car containing about 5 passengers and unaliving 2 people. So this 16-year-old kid, who is by law but not qualified to even drive, he was driving and actually on a top speed, crashing and destroying people's life, unaliving 2 people. In this video that you've seen at my edge here is his father. A reputable man, Bishop Saifu Amoako, who is actually kneeling down and weeping, begging Ghanaians and begging people to help him apologize to the family of the deceased, to forgive him. And that is how we are always. Africa, the way we handle things is different. No? He's actually crying. I have 3 things to say here. First of all, I would like you to pay attention to this. That if you are a father, you are a parent, this could happen to you. You just be seated at home. You didn't plan for any problem. You didn't engage in any problem. Then your child will go and cause problem for you. So that thing that has actually happened to this man right here, I wouldn't jubilate that it has happened to him. But I would say I'm sorry, because it can happen to anyone. So if you see him, his eyes are red, crying. It can happen to anyone. And if it happened to him today, I don't agree that anyone should ever jubilate and try to condemn him for that. Though there's a need for us to blame him. We'll get there. Number 2 is the reason why this entire issue is very serious is that the kid is a minor. 16-year-old kid is a minor. He's not qualified to drive. So why is he driving in the first place? And according to some of the videos we are hearing online, some people are saying that this is not the kid's first time of driving. He's been driving. He's been doing it. He's been driving on top speed. And if you see the video that is captured, the car was moving fast like a light ray, like too much top speed at one of the most expensive locations in Accra, driving and destroying people's life. 16-year-old kid. So that is why the issue is very difficult. The issue is very worse because the one that did it is actually not a qualified person. He's a kid. So how did he have access to a car to even drive? Who taught him how to drive? These are all things that are under investigation of the police. The third point is actually how people react. Everybody and the way they react, you understand? Mostly, Ghanaians do not actually take things like this in high esteem, you understand? I don't know about those from the southern part of Ghana, but we those that come from northern part of Ghana or the Muslims, we don't take these things in high esteem. When, God forbid, I'm not praying that it should ever happen though, but when something like this happens and it happens that the one that died or the victim is actually a Muslim, you might not have even heard about some of these issues online. You don't hear it. It has happened to a lot of Muslims before, but they never talk about it online, and they never take anyone to prison for an accident. No, Muslims don't do that, because Muslims, their belief is that anything that happens is the will of God. And even I know some of the Christians, they believe so. But you know, for Christians, sometimes it's not easy for them to actually swallow the bitter pill. Yeah. But this kid's own is different. Oh. This child's situation is different. I don't want to say it is how it's supposed to be there. No. This one, it's not like a qualified driver. If it was a qualified driver who was driving, an adult qualified driver, and he's not driving at a very top speed, he's driving normally, and something like this happens, and those things. Ghanaians will say that it doesn't matter whether you're Muslim. They will say and those things. Then they will let it slide. But because this one is a kid, is a child, that is where there's a problem. That is where they will look for someone to blame. That's where they will look for someone to take their responsibility. In the first place, how can a 16-year-old kid even drive on the street of Ghana? How did he get access to the car? And is this his first time or this not the first time? These are almost important things that, you know, are actually happening. Then the last point I have to share about this is, Charlie, it is only rich people that keep going forward though. Some of us will be even hitting our 40s and we've never driven car before. Yes, poverty. Poverty in Africa. You can see a 50-year-old man, he doesn't know how to move a tie. He doesn't know how to drive a car. 60-year-old man, he doesn't know how to drive a car. But because there's money in some of people and their families, You can imagine 16-year-old kid is driving a car. 14, you even go to some place, kids are still driving cars. So you see the difference. Yes, may God protect us from poverty. It's only poverty that will make you see, some things at a later date in your life. So, Charlie, this is a sad story that we actually related to, and it can happen to anyone. I wouldn't really encourage people to be making fun or try to encourage the family to imprison this man and his wife or his family or anything. I wouldn't say that though, but I'm just trying to say that it can happen to anyone. Because the father didn't go out of the house to get this problem on himself. It's the kid that went. So if you're also a parent, you should know that it can happen to you. It can happen to you. You understand? So guys, that is it. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to press the bell button so that you get notified whenever we post any videos. If you also want to buy land in Ghana, you want to buy a house in Ghana, check in the description of the video. You get a number, you reach us. If you want us to help you do due diligence before you buy any land anywhere, we are also available for that. If you want us to go make video of your land, the roads to the land, we are also available for that. My name is Imoru Sadat. You're welcome to Business Trends Ghana. Bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Subscribe to BTG Talking Business.